Some people are always in a hurry. They run when they could walk, race up steps when others take it slow. When Joe Biden's president, America is just going to have to keep up.
Eventually.
Now driving President Trump.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about Joe Biden, who by the day is looking worse and worse and worse and worse as somebody who is running to be president at 80 plus years old, okay? And events like this that happened while he was giving a speech at the U.S. Air Force Academy graduation in Colorado Springs is exactly why I don't think that Joe Biden is fit to be president, because once again, he took another nasty fall that, I mean, it's just embarrassing at this point that this guy is leading this country. But go ahead and let's take a look at the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Again, not a good look for a guy who is trying to be president of the United States at 80 years old. I mean, this continues to happen time after time after time after time again. But, you know, no worries, though. The White House says do not worry about it. The commander-in-chief just got teabagged. I meant sandbagged. He got sandbagged on stage. This is what they say.
Are you feeling good?
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Joe Biden is trying to play it off with the media saying, hey, you know, I got sandbagged. I'm not sure if you guys can actually hear that, but that is what he said allegedly, that, you know, hey, he got sandbagged. Now, I'm not sure how sandbag explains his other falls, okay? I'm not sure what sandbag tripped him on the way up to Air Force One, right, when he fell that time. But hey, this is what they say. However, it seems like people aren't really buying this explanation, okay? And even, you know, people like Charlamagne Tha God, who always votes Democrat, despite knowing just how terrible the Democrat Party is, he votes for them anyways. He actually roasted Joe Biden before acknowledging how serious the situation is and the fact that, hey, you know, we can't have a guy this old, okay, who is falling down all over the place be president, because again, if this was one of our elderly grandparents, we would be taking this a lot more seriously. We would be asking questions about their health. Take a look.
The article, they said, oh, onlookers were just looking. I thought they would have picked him up a lot sooner. Was it me?
I think they were shocked. I think they were shocked.
And what does that mean, sandbagged?
Because it was sandbags.
Well,
on the
there were
floor.
literally two sandbags.
I guess holding the stage together, and he tripped over the sandbag.
I had no idea what he was talking about. I'd have blamed it on the Russians if I was him. I just say about anything other than that.
I'd have blamed
sandbags.
I'd have blamed it on AI.
That's sad.
I don't know how.
That's sad.
Blamed it on AI.
Does the president need a guide? I'm not even joking when I say that. Like I know he has a presidential assistant, but does he need somebody when you're that age? Do you need somebody at your side at all times? Because we laughing.
What they're called the Secret Service.
Well, somebody need to be his crutch. Like,
you mean like a dog?
No, man, like an actual person. Because when you're that age, if you keep falling like that and hitting your head, you can.
He's the president. If the president needs an aide to walk with him, then he shouldn't be the president, bro. Let's be honest.
Well, that's a whole other conversation that, you know, people will decide next year during the presidential election. But my point is, when we know we have a president that age, and he's prone to fall, and now he hitting his head and all kind of stuff. This is the leader of the free world. We talk about people. Maybe somebody need to be with him at all times, like literally right there, to make sure things like that don't happen.
He can't. When he does a speech, he's going to trip over that person. It can't be somebody on. He has to be able to walk, bro.
He tripping over people. Then that's a whole other conversation.
He tripped over a sandbag, bro. He falls down the stairs every time he comes down to the Air Force One. He falls down the stairs.
He needs a person.
He fell up the stairs one time.
Tez, what's the people that be with elderly people? Is it caretaker? Like, what is it?
Yes, a caretaker.
The president needs a caretaker.
Then he shouldn't be president. If you need a caretaker, you shouldn't be a president.
Well, this is what we got. We have this older man in office. We should move accordingly. Being that we have this elderly man in office, we should have a caretaker with him at all times.
Like a CNI dog. Just.
Ain't no man, a person. Why you keep bringing dogs into this? We need a caretaker, man. The president of the United States of America needs a caretaker, because if he keeps falling and hitting his head, might not end well. If this was our granddaddy or grandmama, we wouldn't be laughing about this. We'd be saying the same thing.
We'd be
saying that this person needs a caretaker.
Oh, we'd be.
Yeah, so I think they made a great point. The president of the United States of America needs a caretaker. I mean, he already has caretakers, right, mentally, right? Because, I mean, again, you guys have seen the note cards, okay? The guy doesn't even know who to call on when he's giving press conferences. The rare press conferences that he has where he actually takes questions is all scripted. Okay, because again, he has to be told when to sit down, when to get up, when to use the bathroom. Okay, he has to be told all that stuff. The guy should be at a nursing home. Okay, not in the White House. Okay, but again, he's getting to the point now where again people are saying that he needs somebody there with him physically, to carry him around and to make sure he doesn't fall, hurt his head, and possibly die. Okay, it's sad. It really is. It's not a laughing matter, okay? If you think about it, right? I mean, we do joke about it because it's Joe Biden, okay? But if it was any other elderly person, it wouldn't be as funny, which is something that they brought up. And I said, yeah, you know what? I think they actually have a point there. And Trump actually made this point as well, too, at the town hall with Sean Hannity that he had last night, where they discussed this issue of Joe Biden's cognitive deficiencies and how we should talk about that. Take a look.
But you can't fall. You just can't fall, no matter what. Just can't allow it to happen. And I better not allow, especially after saying this, I better not allow it to happen with me. But things like that do happen.
So in past interviews that we've had together, and we've had many over the years, yeah, I have asked you repeatedly about what you think about Joe Biden's cognitive state. I've asked you about, is he up to the job physically, mentally? You have been very reluctant to go there. I'm not reluctant. To me, does everyone agree with me that this guy's cognitively not there? I doubt he knows what day of the week it is today. That's how bad I think it's gotten for him. Why are you reluctant to call that out?
Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. I actually called Sean, and I asked Sean not to joke about it.
I was joking
because he used to joke about it. And I said, honestly, I don't think it looks good for you or for anybody for you to joke about it, because it's a serious problem.
I was talking about sippy cup and warm milky at night and bedtime stories. Yeah.
So I said, I just don't think it's good for anybody. And, it's not appropriate. You can speak about it if you want, but I don't think you should joke about it. And you really didn't after that.
Well, now I realize how serious it is. I mean, especially, and we'll get into foreign policy, and with China, Russia, and Iran forming, I'm calling it a new axis of evil. Yeah. I'm very, very concerned that he's abdicated our role on the world stage. Let me.
But
yeah, so you guys want to know what's hilarious about this? Okay, it's not funny that Joe Biden is obviously experiencing some, mental deficiencies that is causing him to, potentially, fall over and, hit his head and something happened to him. Obviously not a funny thing, but at the same time, this guy literally campaigned on this idea that if he's elected president, then we're going to have to keep up, right? We're going to have to keep up with Joe Biden.
Some people are always in a hurry. They run when they could walk, race up steps when others take it slow. When Joe Biden's president, America is just going to have to keep up.
Amazing. The irony is off the charts. It really is. But, when it comes to what Trump is saying about how we shouldn't joke about it or whatever, I'm neither here nor there, right? I'm in the middle on it. I really, really think about it, it's getting to the point now it's like, okay, consciously, right, and morally, I'm like, nah, I should not actually make fun of Joe Biden for falling, even though I know that if this was the other way around, okay, let's say that Trump gets into the White House in 2024, he's going to be old too, okay? If he starts to experience what we're seeing with Joe Biden, the mainstream liberal media is going to be asking questions every single day about, is he fit enough mentally and physically to be in office? Okay, I mean, that is going to be the questions from the press every single day. You will never stop hearing about it. Okay, I mean, they try hard to do it before 2020 with Trump. They tried to say he was overweight, right? They tried to say he was obese, he eats too much McDonald's, right? And that his weight could be an issue. Okay, this is what they tried to say. Now, again, just imagine if, again, Trump was falling all over the place and going up to Air Force One, giving speeches. He was getting lost right after speeches. Clearly, if Trump was experiencing these types of mental deficiencies, the mainstream liberal media would not only be talking about it, but they would also be joking about it. They would be laughing about it. They would be kiki and ha-ha, right? And that's why, it's just funny how, Republicans and conservatives, we're always expected to kind of take the high road on this stuff. Okay, they look at us and say, well, you guys are supposed to take the high road. But the left, they never take the high road, right? Do you think that anybody on the left would be saying, nah, you can't laugh at Trump falling all over the place. You shouldn't do that. I mean, we all know if something happened to Trump, right? Lord forbid if something happened to him, they'd be celebrating. They'd be throwing a party. We know exactly what they would do. So, that's why I said I'm indifferent, right? If people want to take the high road like Trump and say, hey, we shouldn't joke about it, fine. I'm cool with that. But if people want to joke about it and the kiki and ha-ha and what's going on with Joe Biden, I'm also cool with that as well, too. Because we all know what would happen, again, if the roles were reversed. Okay? We know exactly what they would be saying. So, I feel bad for the commander-in-chief, but, what I feel even worse about is the fact that we knew about this before the guy was elected, but Democrats decided to put him in office anyways. And look at the result. Again, they tend to have a history, Democrats tend to have a history of voting for people, voting blue no matter who, even if these people are clearly not fit enough to be in office. Again, John Fetterman, right? Joe Biden, okay? Dianne Feinstein. I mean, again, the list goes on and on and on. They clearly don't care. It's vote blue no matter who, okay? Let the country get destroyed in the process. We don't know who's running the country, right? We don't know who is the senator for Pennsylvania, okay, or the senator of California. We don't know, right? We have no clue who's calling the shots. Doesn't matter as long as it's a Democrat. It's shameful, right? It's shameful. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.